Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vita Vibes Podcast. I'm your host, Lisbet, and I have one of your favorite guests on the show, my sister, who
Yay.
doesn't want to be here again. But hey, you're less sick this time than you were last time.
Because I know you're going to bother me until I do it.
You were a hit. People loved you. They did. That video has the longest watch time of any of my videos.
I'm interesting. Thank you.
It was a dual team effort.
If you say so.
Who's home? It's probably Amazon.
Who's Amazon? Who has a problem with Amazon?
I have something to tell you.
What? What did you do? What did you buy? Yes, it's Amazon, by the way.
So, I was I'll mute my phone. I was scrolling the TikTok because my anxiety has been really high the last couple of days, so I've just like ignored my time limit. And I was scrolling TikTok, and one of the videos on my For You page that showed up was this lady talking about how this one exercise really helps her, and it's like fun exercise.
What did you buy?
And it's good for lymphatic drainage and your muscles, and it's NASA approved. I saved the video to even show you. It's NASA approved. Okay,
I'm scared of the amount because you're justifying it too much. Okay,
I bought a mini trampoline.
Oh my god.
Isn't that fun?
Is that what's coming?
No, unfortunately, that's coming on Saturday.
What did you order now?
That's face stuff.
More face stuff?
That I ran out of.
You have issues.
I'm breaking out.
Because you put too much face
actually,
stuff.
for 2 weeks, I haven't put anything on. I'm trying Dial soap now.
Okay.
The antibacterial. I don't know if that's going to work. Whatever. I'm upset. I think it's just because I've been stressed and depressed and anxious.
Yes.
Anyways, I got a mini trampoline. Don't tell mom and dad. They don't know yet.
They're going to see it anyways.
When but it's going to be so much fun.
Where are you going to put it?
In fact, it's a mini trampoline. It goes anywhere.
Yeah, and you know your dad. He's going to be complaining about it.
I'm going to tell him how it's great for losing weight and he can jump up and down on it.
It's going to be interesting.
It's plus
Que no se te caiga. Si se te cae el trampolín.
Do you? Well, it's gonna. Thank God, I'm gonna make sure to put the trampoline where the Ring camera points to, so if he falls.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna put the trampoline in a place where he can hold on to something. No, you're just gonna make sure you record it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure I record that, and then I'm gonna make a couple million views from him.
Oh, nice. So much love.
Hey, you would do the same thing to me.
Oh, yeah.
You probably will.
Yes.
Anyways, think about this when we're all talking outside, right? And then just bouncing up and down. It's a great. I'm gonna send you the video later. Anyways,
I have seen it,
and it's better than running, and it's like not bad on your knees, and I'm having hip problems, so it's a win-win. And I get to put some music on.
How much was it?
It was $49. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, I thought it was gonna be like 70.
No, $49, and it's up to 250 pounds, which is all of us. So
200 on what?
250. If you want to go 550 pounds, like then it was gonna be more expensive. I was like, I'm not willing to commit to that if I don't even know if I'm gonna jump in it. But I think I am. It's gonna be fun. Plus, there's days when you don't want to go on a walk, and I want to go on a walk, and I need some form of physical activity because we've seen what that does to me. Anyways, today's podcast. So I saw this video come up on my Instagram, and I really liked it. And it was basically like, what was the title said? It was 15 questions. Se me fue. This is your font. You know what? I'm glad you said it.
You're gonna have to cut out a lot of stuff in here.
You weren't going to be the one that I was in an interview today. It was going to be your mother. But when I went to the room, She was asleep. Was she really asleep or was she pretending to be asleep? That's
Probably pretending.
yeah. So 15 questions to ask your sibling before it's too late, aka before we die. But some of these are fun. I think you're gonna like it. And if you don't like them, we can skip to the next one, okay? Question number 1 is what childhood memory do you think about often? This family doesn't think very much of the past stuff. They're not very emotional like that. What's a childhood memory that you like, cuando you think of of your childhood, you think about like that comes up?
Maybe like all the kind of all the freedom and the innocence at that time, you could say, in the sense of like when I was small, I would play around and be playing baseball until like 7 or 8 p.m. with like the kids, and it wasn't even like we didn't even have gloves to play baseball and stuff like that, or like, you know,
It was in
just,
Cuba.
yeah, just sharing time with other kids basically, and you don't see that here at all basically, or not so much. And like I will just go by myself walking from my grandmother's house to my dad's house, which wasn't far. It was like maybe 7-10 minutes away walking. But I'll do the trip. I would have like I would go by myself when I was like 10, 12, 13, 14, and then I would go on the bicycle. So, you know, that feeling of, you know, feeling safe and being able to do that kind of stuff that you don't see it happening over here.
Do you think you do that as an adult now?
What do you mean?
Because like you do have the freedom now to do those things.
But it's not like the freedom is
Of a
just
child that's like,
yeah,
there's
it's
no
like
worries.
exactly. You
no
don't
bills.
have no worries. The only thing you did, it was like school and then play. Because it's not like here. It wasn't like here that you get home and you have to do homework for like 4 or 5 hours. Which
Yeah.
I didn't even know how you could do it, like how you did it. Because it was hard. Like, I wouldn't have done it, basically.
I don't think you did it
Well, yeah.
in a short amount of time. Because, so, we immigrated from Cuba to Miami in 2005. You were 16. I had just turned 6. So you had a short time in high school, and you hated it. I would have too. But you were never, okay, my sister's the type of person that she goes to the class, listens to the lecture one time, goes to the class the next time, they have a quiz, and she aces it.
Well, that's the thing that bothered me, that is different here. Because they won't give you the entire lesson. They'll give you half a lesson, and then you have to study by yourself the other half.
No, that's true.
And that's not the type of learning that I was used to. Like, I would go to class. Sometimes we would had like 5 minutes in between the class. In those 5 minutes, I would do the whatever homework they needed me to do from the previous class, and that's it. And then if I had a test, the only test that I studied for, it was history, which I hated, and I guess because I hated it.
But you know what's
and
funny
some
about
geography too, but because you had to learn some stuff that it was a little bit more difficult. But like math, I would never study for that one.
Well, you were good at
Physics, chemistry, I would do those. It was like I only needed the class and that's it.
Yeah, but
that's basically it. But then when you get here, you have the class and then they send you so much homework. And let's say you have to cover chapters 1 through 5. They will cover chapters 1 through 3, 1 to 3, and then you have to read 4 or 5 on your own. And I hated that.
One of the memories, now that you mentioned that, was I remember I was in elementary school and I was so confused. Math was never my thing. And
oh yeah, the math.
You were always really good at math. So mom was working and you were the only person that I could ask questions to. So I remember vividly one day she was laying in bed and I'm like, Tata, I need help with this. I don't understand what this is. And I remember you looked at this piece of paper like it was written in French. You were so confused, and then you were trying to teach me how they taught you in Cuba, and then I was confused because that's
just
not
getting you confused.
Because that's not how they taught me there. And then the thing about the U.S. or the education system here is they want you to do it how they want you to do it.
I mean, I guess it's like that everywhere. But
I'm like, if we get to the same freaking conclusion,
no, exactly, yeah.
If it's math, if we get to the same answer and it's correct, how does it matter how I got there? I got there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like for us, the division is different. So I couldn't even, I never learned how to do it differently. Like I learned how to do it they taught me in Cuba, and that's it. I never learned the other way. I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter because we use calculators for everything.
We were just talking about this, that like we've forgotten how to do like basic math.
Yeah. You kind of forget.
Well, if you don't put it into practice. Yeah. You know what I find funny when you said about history? Ironically enough, now that we've gotten older and we're traveling, I think we like history more now, but it's because you get to live it. So like we like to go to museums and we like to learn about the architecture and like all this stuff, which is history, but it's like in a different format.
But it's different because the kind of history that I had to learn, it was like all the dates on when this war happened and what the date that this war happened and the history of Cuba. It was like, it was like,
I was talking about history here.
In general, I like history because I like to learn stuff. Like sometimes I would go to sleep while like listening to documentaries of like history.
Have you ever seen
like
the Vietnam War on Netflix?
No, but I don't like you know, my type of show, my type of stuff. It's like,
I know, but it's good.
It's more like ancient history and stuff like that I watch usually.
That's cool. Yeah, the mummies. If you ever go to the Louvre, they have a specific section for the mummies. You might have to spend an hour looking for the freaking mummies, but you're gonna find it.
Hopefully. Well, we didn't find it the first time, remember?
No, it's the second time. We were like...
second time.
Yeah, it was like, go up the stairs. Go down the stairs. Go... Dude, when we went to the Louvre the first time, we went around in circles for an hour in the same place.
Don't remind me, because someone was guiding me. And after we got the stairs all the way up, that I was dying.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh, you remember that? Yeah, of course you remember, because there's a video about it.
I forgot about that. Well, I hadn't been either. We didn't even see the other part. It was, what was it? It wasn't the mummies. It was like the ancient, I forgot.
Yeah, it was like a whole area that we didn't see. We saw maybe half of it.
We probably saw 5% of the Louvre.
And didn't we go late too or something like that? I don't remember the first time.
I don't know. It was a lot. And then we went the second time and there were so many people.
Yeah.
And it's just so...
That's one thing that I wish we would have enjoyed that first time that we went.
We went in like
2021,
more, which was like still
right
COVID
after COVID.
times.
They were open for travel, but you had to have the vaccine and the vaccine card, even to buy anything. Remember? Like to buy at the
to enter the restaurants.
To enter the restaurants, you need to have the vaccine. You need to show the vaccine.
Your card.
You needed to show that. To remember when we went to purchase something in one of the little cars that they were implementing something new with an app that you had to be cleared on the app or something like that and upload your vaccine. It was the last day. After that, we left. Not because of that, but we left because we had to. Because we had to go back to reality.
No, we were going to Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
See that trip of Barcelona, you also forget.
Yeah, that was rough.
So let me tell you something. We're gonna pause on the question because okay. Here we go.
You only had done one question.
No, I have more. But we're gonna talk about this Barcelona trip because the first time we ever went to Barcelona, it was my first time abroad. I had just graduated college. My sister's like, let's do this for your graduation present. Blah 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 blah. We went to France. Beautiful. I loved my first time in Paris.
And there were barely any people. We went to the Eiffel Tower.
There was no one.
We didn't even have to buy tickets like way in advance or anything like that. And we went to the top and there was barely anybody there.
We took the lift, the elevator.
Yeah. That was amazing. Like when we went to
the restaurants weren't full.
Yeah, when we went with your parents, it was like There's so many people here.
Well, it was, yeah, it's a normal amount of tourism came back, you know, because we went 2021. So whatever, we go to Paris. She's like, my sister goes. She had gone to Paris and Barcelona with our cousin, but they went during a different economical standpoint in their lives, right? So they were able to afford less, like, nicer stuff.
We were on a budget.
They wanted yeah, and both of them, like, okay, so the picky one in the family for, like, hotels and stuff, I will admit, it's me and my mother.
Mm-hmm.
But I've turned you into a picky hotel person, too.
Yeah, mostly because, so not to listen to you guys complaining.
Okay, but even if you were to
and
go...
the bed. It's just the most important thing is the bed.
God, that sounds we're getting old.
Yeah.
Anyways, we go to Paris. This is important because we stayed in a brand new Hilton Canopy Hotel in Paris. We were one of the first people.
They even had construction on the side, which it never bothered us because you couldn't hear anything.
No, I think they're respectful about like different times to do it. I never heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel was beautiful. The staff was amazing. We had free breakfast because of Hilton honors or whatever, and it was great. It was a great location. Oh, what a great time. So
the attention to detail, the customer service. They remember it was your birthday on your birthday.
Yeah, they gave me
a handwritten note.
Oh, it was the best. I was in love. I understand why Paris is the city of love, right? Next stop, I think we even extended a day in Paris.
Mm-hmm. We stayed one more day.
We stayed one more day. Thank God. Because after that, we were going to go to Barcelona. Okay. What's the number one thing in Barcelona? La Sagrada Familia, right? Like, so this church has never been done being finished. I think it's actually going to be finished in 2025. Anyways. Or 2024. So my sister goes, oh, this hotel. Andy and I my cousin who went with her for the first time, is it great? You have a rooftop view for La Sagrada Familia. The location is wonderful. It is so nicely made. So we arrive in Barcelona. Immediately, it was no bueno, because our Uber driver was complaining because, again, this was 2021. They were still heavy, and Spain got hit really hard with the pandemic. And the Uber driver's like, yeah, it's really bad here. Like, you know, a lot of places have had to close down. Be careful with your phones. Be careful with blah, blah, blah. I looked at this. I looked at myself like, okay, está bien. Obviously, pickpocketing is a thing in Paris too. Right? But I mean, there were less people, so I think there was less of those cases. So then, well, whatever. We arrived to the hotel. The moment we get there, the first thing we're greeted with is this annoying customer service lady in the reception desk.
She wasn't happy to be there.
She didn't. Which there's a lot of people that don't like their job, don't want to be there. I get it. We've all been there at one point in our lives. But she was not nice. But for some reason, she had a personal vendetta against me and not you. You know it's true because at one point you even had to call me out on it. You're like, you know what, Lisbet, I think you have a point. Anyways, we get there. I'm looking at this hotel and I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not like a new hotel like we were in Paris. Mm-hmm. Different vibes. The streets weren't as clean. Things weren't as nice. Again.
The thing is, like, there were a lot of different factors happening. One of them is, I think there was one of those weeks or months where they were in vacation.
I see, though, and everything
that closes. A lot of stuff was closed. So the location wasn't bad, but a lot of things were closed.
And then they're also in the pandemic, so a lot of things closed.
A lot of things were closed. The hotel, when I went the first time, it was one of the first hotels that I would have been like staying or whatever. Yeah. So I didn't find it that bad. But the thing is that they never updated that hotel since I went. Mm-hmm. And I went what was it, 2018 or something 17, like that?
18 something.
No, it was 2018, I think.
So it was like, 18, 19, 20. So it was 3 years later.
So 3 years later, they haven't updated anything. And recently, they had a lot of hotels were changing how they look, and they were updating and doing a more modern look on the hotels. So they never updated the hotels. The beds were really bad.
We haven't even wait. You can't even go to that. Okay. So
you want to do the whole story?
We get to the reception. We take a little card. I was like, okay, it's not that bad. I remember something about the elevators. I was like, okay. So we get to our room. We walk into the room. It's hot in the room. That's the first thing I remember. It was hot. It wasn't whatever. So
it was 2 twin beds. I know, and get this, I had to even call because I wanted to give her the surprise that we were staying in that hotel, because my memory of that hotel, it was like, impressive because you had the view of the Sagrada Familia right there. So I wanted to give her, so I was like trying to book the hotel and like even calling to try to get the room confirmed because they didn't have any availability online. Instead to call them and so on. So I even went through that, and I paid the rate for that too. Aww. Because at that time the hotels were really cheap. It was not cheap, but they were
cheaper than now.
Cheaper than that. Like, and I think I ended up paying like $190 a night, when the other hotel, it was like the Hilton Hotel, which was brand new, it was maybe $200. And in Paris, it was $200. And Barcelona has always been cheaper than Paris.
Oh, yeah.
So in comparison, the rate was expensive for what we got. So I even went through that,
struggle,
extra step to be able to get that, because I remember the breakfast was really good too.
Yeah, no, you had you had a good memory. But the memory was not.
It didn't age well.
It stayed in 2018 because those twin beds. When I listen, guys, listen.
But when I stayed the last time, it wasn't a twin bed. It was another bed. It was
no. It's que they sold it to us as a queen,
as a king. Was a queen.
Queen. But with 2 twin beds together.
Oh, I didn't remember that part.
We separated it. Oh. But it was and guys, there wasn't even, okay, think of like that dude that you date that has never bought in furniture and he's like 30 years old. These beds were they didn't have a bed frame. It was just the metal,
the cheapest IKEA bed that you can buy.
It was the metal frame with like the thinnest
sheets, because it was sheets. It wasn't even a comfortable.
Mira, it was transparente. It was see-through. You can see. It was so thin.
Yeah.
So another thing that happened when we arrived to the hotel, I was already just like, this, I don't like this. This is not it. Why wasn't it open?
Because supposedly we had the view of the Sagrada Familia from the room.
So I went to open the window.
Supposedly we had a balcony, a mini balcony.
Right.
Because you couldn't even step on it.
So I go to open the said mini balcony to see the Sagrada Familia or whatever. And okay, I thought it was one of those that open right inside. When I went and I unlatched it,
normally it was like a window, right?
It was
like a huge window.
Yes, and you would think,
but normally you would open it and they open
towards you,
towards you to the side, right?
This one was like, it tilted. It like did the gesture that it was gonna fall on me. It like tilted.
It opened from the top.
And I was like, oh my god, yeah. Esto la tapa pomo, like this.
Rompimos la ventana.
We broke the window. Whatever. We called the front desk and we told them, hey, this window's broken. You have to come. The lady, of course, the lady in the receptionist that didn't like me. She comes and she like opens it and she's like, no, that opens like that. It's not broken. It's just that's the way it is because of security reasons, so no one falls. And I looked at this lady and I didn't say anything, but in my head I was like, what happened to my little balcony? I can't even step in the little balcony. I can't even stick my head out of the balcony door. I was so annoyed. So anyways, the next part of this hotel room that I didn't like was the toilet. Every time you sat on it, it felt like it was gonna break.
I didn't remember that part. I deleted the whole thing.
I did remember that, okay? I did. Every time you went to sit, you just felt like the toilet was going to break off of the wall, okay? And my sister's like, it's not going to happen. Like, that's not... Whatever. I couldn't shit in peace, okay? The entire time I was there. And then, also, another, like, pet peeve of mine is the tub was one of those that you had to basically...
Jump
into the... It was so high up. That
it was to get down. It was dangerous to get down.
It was so dangerous. And tell me why the hell this is a thing. I know it's probably because you want to spend less money. But why do you put half of a glass Half of a glass door. Everything gets wet.
I know.
It's so annoying. And then the next morning, pasé frío because it was this thin or see-through sheet. And the next morning, I was like, okay, well, breakfast's gonna be good. Breakfast was indeed not good. Okay, it was not as you expect. I remember you did it. You're like, no, this wasn't as good as I remember it to be.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like...
It wasn't good.
We just came... The thing is that the contrast was so bad.
It was so bad. And I wasn't
Because-
feeling well. I was sick.
Okay.
And I had allergies in that
you
hotel.
had allergies, and then we were asking for another sheet, and they came up with another like thin sheet, and I think it was the last day. And then I'm like, okay, she's having an allergic reaction to these. Do you have like a comfortable
because they told us we don't have comforters. This is all we have. So the moment she goes, she's having an allergic reaction, magically...
2 showed up.
2 comforters show up. I was so annoyed.
Yeah. And then, but the thing is with the breakfast, for example, in Paris, we had like a la carte prepared breakfast. Remember the vegetables, the omelette.
Oh, the
it was made.
donuts.
Not the omelette. It was
It was a
scrambled eggs.
scrambled
French
eggs.
scrambled eggs, and it was so good and so fresh and so nice.
Mom, ¿quiere estar en el podcast?
Ven.
Ok, ¿y hay que hacer eso ahora? Ah, ok. ¿Quiere estar en el podcast? Entonces entra o sale. Okay, continue with your breakfast.
I don't remember what it was.
A la carte breakfast, the scrambled eggs.
It was really nice. The coffee that was served you on the table.
They were
it was
kind.
Like,
they had
they
conversation
were so nice.
with you.
They give you like a mini cake, I think, for breakfast when your birthday or something like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. The second time we went, COVID changed everything.
Hold on, because I will say this: you think these people hate Barcelona, and for a long time I did not like it. But we did go back a second time last year, and now Barcelona is one of my favorite cities. I love it. It's amazing.
We had a great time the second time. Yeah.
It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And I think we there were a lot more things that were open. We went to a better hotel, better location. Also, I think that first trip to Europe, the Paris and Barcelona one, was the first time we'd ever traveled abroad, or like me traveled abroad. And let's just say my sister's not the best.
Oh, great. We're done with the podcast.
I don't think you can hear it.
Yes, you can.
Maybe he'll just disappear.
No, he won't. He will stay doing that for an hour.
I have to make burgers today. Mini hamburgers.
Didn't your mom cook?
She cooked arroz y frijoles.
No meat?
No. I think you won't hear it.
Listen to the recording. You're going to hear it.
No, because now I have to take the thingy out and... Listen, okay, so the second time, my sister's not great at itinerary planning. So once I learned that, after that European trip, I took over itinerary planning and everything got so much better.
I'm good at getting us there, getting the hotel. But whatever we do in the trip,
she would sleep all day.
Yeah.
So anyway, second time I went to Barcelona, it was great. That first time, it was a traumatic experience.
You were sick too. You were getting sick.
I did get sick.
We were dealing with the whole COVID testing too.
Oh, don't
that was
remind
another
me.
thing.
I blocked that memory. You blocked the toilet. I blocked that. Okay, so listen. To get back into the States, you had to, during this time, you had to get a COVID test negative to prove that you can come back into the States. I was dying. I had runny nose. I was like, oh my God, I definitely have COVID. I am not going back to America.
It was just like a regular cold, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, it was like, any regular cold you think is COVID.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't know.
And then and you had to find a specific location that did the testing, whatever.
Rapid testing the day before, because it had to be like certain amount of hours too before travel.
Traumatic. So she finds this place, whatever we go. First of all, it's like, I guess it was a very touristy location in Barcelona, which I don't think we went back to because it was just way too touristy for us. We're more off the beaten path type of people. This line was it was such a long line. And we were there for forever. It was probably like an hour.
Bad. I think you were feeling so bad that you felt like it was longer. But it wasn't
okay, then we get inside. And do you remember what happened when we got inside? These two dudes started just arguing. And I was like, no. Immediately, we're going to show up in the news as one of those people that were involved. American tourists involved in shooting in Barcelona. I was like, this is it.
You went to shooting?
Oh, wait, no, you don't know anymore. So anyways, that was another traumatic thing about that trip. But we got through it. I ended up testing negative and we got back to the States. But it was not fun.
Yeah, that was a whole experience. And we barely did anything, too, because it was so hot.
Oh, because
there was a heat wave.
We went during... we didn't know. There was a heat wave. It was disgustingly hot. And if you've been to Europe, you know that ACs are not the same as in America. And I was not mentally prepared for that. I was not mentally prepared for that type of hotness and humidity and just... And it's not to say because the second time we went también hacía calor, pero it wasn't to that was...
Yeah, but when it gets that hot, you don't really enjoy as much as...
You don't have energy to do anything.
You don't, exactly. You just want to be in the AC, just having something cold to drink or something like that.
And I think, again, we are now more well-versed and well-prepared for Europe than we were during that first big trip that we did.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but that's our Barcelona. And that second time we went to Barcelona, it was amazing. We found some of our favorite restaurants. We experienced train stations, and I messed up train stations. It was so fun. I love it so much. I didn't have anxiety at all for messing up the train stations.
We loved Toledo. We loved
Toledo.
It was really nice.
Oh, it was so nice.
And we didn't even do the whole thing. Like, we ended up going to like 2 or 3 stops maybe, and that's it.
Because we eat.
Yes. That was one of the best steaks that I have had.
We see a restaurant, we're like, we must stop at this restaurant. Are we even hungry? Probably not.
And it was like a local spot. It wasn't it was good.
Again, we tend to try and find the non-local. Do you remember that honest Greens where we had those burgers? We went twice to that one in Barcelona. That place was good, but this place was in Toledo. Small business, mom and pop, like you can tell the same people go there multiple times, like the owners know everyone, whatever. Best steak, gamba al ajillo.
And no, we got like a sampler too, like a starter sampler.
The service was great.
The beer, your dad got beer. I don't remember what else. We got desserts.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 70 euros maybe.
It was the cheapest food we had eaten, yeah. For sure.
And it was a steak, like a big steak.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
It was good.
My only regret is I wasn't that hungry when we went, and I wish I was more hungry.
I know.
Because it's just...
Yeah, we went kind of late because we got there a little bit late.
Well, because I fucked up the train stations, okay? So I didn't know that there were 2 different train stations in Barcelona. So I went to the one that I thought, which, you know what sucks about this? You know what sucked about it the most was that I went to the one that was farther. The one that we were actually supposed to, I think, was like 10 minutes from our hotel. 10 and then I went to the one that was almost 30 minutes away.
Then when we got back...
no, I forgot about that. So then when we got back,
that was in Barcelona or that was in Madrid? That was in Madrid.
I don't remember.
When we went to Toledo, that was Madrid, right?
Wacky. Okay.
Yeah, because that was the only like long train ride that we did to Toledo. We didn't go to any other city.
So maybe it was... Toledo. Let's see. If I look at the map, I'll see where Toledo is closest to. Toledo, Spain. Yeah, it was Toledo. So it was, okay, Madrid. Okay, so Madrid, whatever. Anyways, we get back to Madrid from Toledo, and I think I'm walking in the direction of the hotel. Also, I think it was partially kind of your fault because I thought...
You blamed the map. No, you were blaming the map.
And you, because you're like, Livia, I think it's this way. And I was like, I'm never listening to you ever again. So anyways, we walked almost 30 minutes.
Don't blame me now. You were the one with the map. That's
we walked 30 minutes in the wrong direction.
Exactly. And then we had to walk like
And then I was
40
like,
minutes back.
Yo creo que estamos caminando en la dirección que no es. ¿Cómo que estamos acariciando? Ay, Dios mío. And the thing is, everyone was a little hungry too at this point, I think.
And tired.
But obviously. But yeah, that was not. But you know what? Mom and Dad have also gotten better at traveling, at being travel people than they were before. Now they're more chill.
You have to get better though at when the plan doesn't work. Don't get exasperated.
That's why I'm not putting so much pressure on making this beautiful itinerary for this year's European trip, because I know that most of it is gonna go sideways.
And your mother's gonna end up just in the stores shopping.
And I've accepted that because I want to shop too. You're going to Rome and Milan. You have to shop.
Yes, but you guys have to control yourself.
The only thing I want to do...
You don't have control when you're shopping in Europe.
What I want to do when we get to Cannes is I want to go to Monaco. That's my only thing. We have to do that on my itinerary list. Everything else... Because here's the other thing, okay? Here's the other thing about our Cuban freaking parents. They are not... Well, mom is not a museum enjoyment.
Well, not tampoco. Pero,
well, like, he fakes it a little better.
He
makes the effort to know that, okay, this is something that they want to do. Your mother is a fucking 5-year-old que just says, no. When we went to France.
She's not like that,
she is. We went to France. She's in Paris, right? And we go, Mom, we're going to go to the Louvre. No.
She didn't go. That bothered me.
Yeah, she's a 5-year-old. Me duele la cabeza, me siento muy mal, qué sé yo, que no sé qué.
And when we went to the other place, the Palacio.
I think that one maybe she enjoyed a little, she faked it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the Louvre, she just said, no, because she's a 5-year-old. And then the moment that we call her, we're like, hey, we're going to go to the mall, pero tú te sientes mal, you're not going to go, no, yo me arreglo y me visto y voy con ustedes. So that's the other thing that I'm like, and I'm preparing you mentally, because I know that you're gonna be like, hey, we didn't do this and this and this and this, and you have to keep in mind that this and this and this is not what your mother wants to do. So we're just gonna probably do a lot of walking, shopping, and eating.
Okay.
And we have to go back on a non-touristic time. And the other thing is that I don't even feel like spending so much money on some of these tickets, because they're gonna be se van a parar ahí. Yeah. Esto es todo. That's what they're gonna.
We just need to go take a picture outside of the Coliseum, outside of the fountain thing, outside of the main stuff.
I don't even think I'm gonna get tickets for the Coliseum.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna appreciate that.
They're not.
Because the thing is, like, with that, you have to kind of get like a tour guide.
But they don't like the tour guide because they're just gonna be like the entire time, because it's 2.5 hours is the minimum for the tour guide, and they're esto es todo.
And the thing with those like ruins and stuff like that, not ruins, it's not ruins, but that kind of it's like you have to have a lot of imagination, because what you see when you get there, no, because it's like you have to do your research.
Yes.
So you have to kind of know where you're going to see and where you're going to look for. We might not be the best tour guides.
Because we don't even know what we're seeing half of the time. But they don't want to do a tour guide either, because they're just going to be annoyed. ¿Cuánto nos falta? 1 hora más. En esto es lo único que hay que hacer aquí.
Pero estás acabando con ellos. Dale suave.
You know it's true.
Yeah, dale suave. Like, oye.
But you know it's true. Do you know how much money I've spent on things I'm like, oh, they're going to like this?
The one from Madrid. The tour guide in Madrid.
Oh my God. We did this private golf thingy, mabob tour, que sé yo, no sé qué, no sé cuánta cosa más.
It was like, what, 4 hours? It was a lot too.
Oh, I think we even cut it short. We told the dude, no, te preocupes.
Yeah. But it was hot too. It was too hot.
It wasn't that it doesn't matter if it's cold, hot, warm. These people do not appreciate it.
They enjoyed it a little bit.
Not for how much I paid for it. I don't even remember how much I blocked it out.
It was like $300, I think.
Oh, deal.
It's 200 and something.
I have forgotten.
I think that you told me it was that. I don't remember.
Maybe I lied to you about that,
or maybe
too.
less. I don't remember.
No, it was probably around that. If I told you 200, it was probably 300. I was so annoyed. And they actually told us interesting stuff. ¿Verdad? Como like certain calles are named after certain things, and then some of the things are bullet holes that are from
Do you think that they would like one of those like cooking experience?
No.
No? Really?
They're gonna be like, yo vine a Italia a cocinar.
No, pero like, you know, they put music, they have like an ambient, they have like wine, and they can drink a little bit of wine. We don't drink wine.
You're thinking about the wrong demographic here. That is not your
think?
parents.
Like, you know, when they get in the mood for the party, they get a little bit different.
Yeah, but I don't know if this party and what it's gonna be, because remember they know Spanish.
I sent you one. Where they were like dancing and like, it's not my scene, but
it is my scene. I'll do it. But the thing is that no.
like, and no.
No. Maybe a vineyard experience, like where they see wine being made or whatever.
They like the one in Toledo.
They didn't
the whole church. Remember?
They did like that one.
They like that
but your
one.
mom and dad like that. Mom likes that. But estás hablando de diferentes cosas. Una es un cooking thing y otra es like a...
No, I know.
Pero... No. You know what they love? I'll tell you what they love. They love hop and on off buses. Oh, they love that. They're like, aquí podemos ver todo. Mira, entra y sale.
To not get down off the hop off bus.
So that's what I think I'm going to invest in. Hopping off a bus. Y ya, bájate, mira por afuera, tírate la foto, di que viniste y sigue andando.
Probably that's the best option, because anyways, we're going to be there for basically one day.
And then your mother can shop her little heart out.
Yeah.
You know what? This trip, I'm just going to let them do whatever they want to do. Dad's going to want to drink.
But you know, what's going to happen? They're going to go, oh, and what are we going to do now?
No. Yo estoy preparando para eso mentalmente, mi vida. Yo voy a decirle qué quieren hacer hoy. Ay, yo voy a decir, esto es lo que hay en el plan. Podemos hacer esto y esto y esto y esto y esto. And they're not going to want to do any of the Coliseum, any of the thing. So yo voy a decir, vamos a hacer un hop and on off bus. You know what? This one day thing might be perfect because I get to think of it less. I'm like, vamos a coger un bus, hop and off bus. Vamos a bajarnos en todos los lugares. Foto. Comida. Shopping. That's it. I don't think they're going to be bored this trip because we're in cities too little.
I'm going to be so freaking tired.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to be tired.
Which is why we booked the Madrid hotel, because the beds are so comfortable.
Yes. And the breakfast was good.
Oh, yeah. And the service. And I
they
think
were really nice.
We're more mentally prepared for Madrid this time.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I really want to go back to that. Madrid was one with the gambas al ajillo. Ajillo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was so good. Do you remember that restaurant that was always full?
Yeah.
That one was good. They liked that.
Mm-hmm.
They like anything that your mother shopping, eating. Dad doesn't care about shopping, but doesn't want to hear mom complain. So he'll stick it out as long as he has like a beer and can like take pictures. Dad likes taking. It's ironic though. Mom doesn't. He does.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my plan for this European trip. Is I'm not hopping off buses. Photos. I'm not even gonna get tickets for the Coliseum, ni no sé qué, ni no sé cuánta cosa más.
Yeah, if they like it and they want to go, when we go again, they can do it.
Exacto. Pero they're probably gonna be like, no, ya con esta primera vez es suficiente. The traumatizing part too is que, since we haven't been, we don't know the hotel, so we're just praying that we did a good choice with the hotels.
I know.
And I start freaking out once the decision has been like, oh, was that a good idea? What is it? So I don't know. TBD. We'll let you know. But yeah, that's the plan for that. And then I booked the trains already. And everything should be going well. Honestly, like, they last trip were more well behaved than we were, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe we just stressed too much.
Because we want them to have a good experience too.
Yeah, but then they do have a good experience. I just realized that less is more with them. Sometimes we want them to experience so much and see so much, and I've realized that those are the things that they just don't particularly enjoy or like.
I think from DC, what they liked the most, it was the food trucks.
So we went to Washington, D.C. for the first time ever in our lives as a family. And we loved
Well, it was the first time I went too.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
what I said.
everybody.
Yeah. So I had gone once. That. So we went back because I was like, I think they're actually gonna like this. And I was like, yeah, we have points for the hotels, whatever. We got it for a good price. I think it was during COVID times too. No, they liked the food trucks and they liked the train.
Mm-hmm.
So in the National Mall, which if you've never been to Washington, D.C. or the States, basically Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States of America, and it's very clean and very nice. And there's this whole section called the National Mall, and basically there's over 10 different museums there, and all the statues and monuments and all these stuff, like they're all within the same area, vicinity of each other. And then this National Mall, it's like a huge park. You could think of Central Park without the trees, and there's a lot of food trucks around, obviously, because there's people doing picnics and dates, y no sé qué, no sé cuánta cosa más, and a lot of tourists. They loved the food truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually liked it too. It was so nice. So I realized they're very simple creatures. Like, for example, in Paris, their favorite restaurant,
It was the one right next to the hotel.
across from the hotel. I will say that was a good restaurant.
Yeah, the burgers were good.
The burgers were so good. Oh yeah, we'll go back just for that meal.
Mhm.
It was so good. The salad, no, the salad, the oy, it was so good. And the thing is that they were consistent. We went like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, because we went to the other one, which it was like pretty famous and more expensive, and we didn't like the steak.
¿Cuál era ese? Okay,
Yeah.
también because our family is a well-cooked steak fan. Oh, I just heard all the French people curse us out. Yes, because the French eat it medium.
But it's not
Rare.
even that.
Rare,
No,
medium,
no, no,
whatever.
no, no. It wasn't even that. It wasn't like the taste of the steak. It wasn't.
¿Cuál
I don't
era?
know.
Yo ni me acuerdo de ese.
I don't. Yeah. It was the one that was in the corner close to the hotel. That it was in the area where it was really popular area that had.
Oh yeah. The other part they liked was the bakery close to the hotel too, that French bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also just like to walk around and get
Yeah.
lost. That's what they did in Madrid and Barcelona.
Mm.
And you know what?
We walked a lot.
Yes, but hold on. Before we get into that, I'm going to tell you something. Because mucho hablar que Lisbet, you have to be okay if the plans don't go your way. Pero I remember a specific person, a.k.a. not me, who got annoyed that she wanted to go to this church that was across from where we ended up eating, and the church was closed, and then your mother wanted to keep shopping, and then you were huffing and puffing because you didn't get to whatever.
Yeah.
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 First of all, if I'm huffing and puffing, it's for like maybe 5 minutes, because that's as long as I will go. The huffing and puffing, okay? And second, I wanted to go there, and you guys knew. And when we got there, it was closed. Why? Because we went at the time that you guys wanted to go, not at the time that it was open. And it was a beautiful church.
Why do you say you guys instead of your mother?
Well, because you guys, because you always take forever to.
Because we shop and we look around, and the thing is that you're like, am I ever going to find this place again? Probably not. So, that's what I'm going to say to you two.
Y me haces el favor, you both. When you do the bags for the trip, don't put that many things.
No, listen.
Because then you don't have space for anything.
No, I really... and you would be proud because I'm looking at online shopping. As I do. And I haven't bought anything because I keep saying I'm going to shop when I'm in... Because especially we're going during summer, and that's usually when they have all the sales, like the major sales and whatever. But no. This time, again, I think we're more experienced European travelers this time. So I'm going to pack basics and then shop over there. But no promises that we won't need a checked bag.
I know.
We've made it out. Pero let me tell you something. That last trip...
That was rough.
That last trip, our suitcases, because my shit was in everyone's suitcases, barely made it through. Barely sipped.
And the liquids. And try to accommodate the liquids inside them. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was traumatizing.
Yeah, because... Well, the thing is, like, for example, when we travel here in the States, you do TSA pre-check.
I love
So you
TSA
don't even
pre-check.
have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take the electronics out of the bag, and you don't have to put the liquids in a like plastic container or whatever. At least I have never done it.
No.
In Europe, you do have to fit every single container
this
that you
tiny
have in this inside
Ziploc
this
bag.
tiny Ziploc bag, and it's like, and then we do shoppings for like creams and
Perfumes, because it's cheaper over
perfumes.
there.
Yeah, like the perfume that we love is Creed, Aventus, and when you buy
him and
it
her.
there in France, when you buy it there, you get it like maybe 50% off.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find it here around $200, 200 and something, but it's like from websites that are
A
not
little
that
sketchy.
Yeah, if
Like,
you
is
go
it
to like
authentic?
Nostrum or you go to Saks,
Bloomingdale's.
you can find it for like 400, 420, 440,
$500 with taxes.
Yeah. And then if you buy it in there in Paris, you can buy it for, when I bought it the first time, it was like 180.
Mm-hmm.
Now it went up to like
250?
250, 270.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also get taxes back on that. So you get a couple $100 back when you buy like $1,000.
It just makes more sense if you're a and then the thing is, people also order us.
Oh yeah, I have encarguitos.
Yes, que dice, oye, me puedes traer un perfumito que ya se me está acabando el mío. And of course, you know, we're gonna go anyways, whatever.
At the end, we have like 10 perfumes.
Yeah. So I think logistically, probably this time is gonna make more sense. We had to leave stuff.
Yeah.
To be able to fit the stuff that we had bought in. So I think logistically, just buy like a cheap carry-on suitcase when we were there, a lock for it, and then hacer eso, and pray that it arrives. We should buy extra air tags.
Probably.
We have for our suitcases. Mom and Dad don't have. And then for that one that we're gonna get. But I mean, it's just, yeah, that was traumatized. I don't even know how we fit all that stuff into there. But anyways, we didn't even get to we got to one question.
I know. We're done. Bye.
No, you have to say goodbye to your community of people that really like you.
Oh, you're gonna finish? Okay. I thought you were gonna continue.
No, we're done. Our podcast session is over. We got to 51 minutes.
Wow.
Thank you for joining me again. This was fun.
We were gonna do the questions.
We'll do it in another one and then probably tangent off. I don't even know how we got
talking about travel.
I think it's our favorite thing, and I think it's top of mind right now because the trip is getting closer and closer.
Yeah. And you have a lot of points with Hilton now that you apply for the card.
I have like 160,000 also with Capital One.
Oh no, Capital One. No, I'm talking about Hilton.
I know, but additional to that, we have 160 for Capital One, which we should use for like a European travel or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like a first class flights.
Yeah. I think I was looking into it, and we can get some for like 60,000 points round trip.
We should do it. Well, I don't know. Listen, again, how do we get there? What do we do? That's you. I don't know. I just look pretty for that part.
You just look pretty for that.
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride, literally. And then after that, it's my problem when we arrive and land in the location. So
I just want good food.
Which reminds me, in Barcelona, one of their favorite spots was that local one that we found next to the Barcelona hotel, the first one, the Alexandra that we stayed at, that was super close. So I'm not stressing about this trip. I was stressing about it today. I was like, tengo que hacer el itinerary y todo eso. ¿Sabes qué? A la mierda. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna, when I get there, I'm gonna get there. But I do have to go make mini hamburgers, which, how is this gonna turn out? I have no idea.
We'll see.
So I will update you. But thanks for joining me on the Vita Vibes podcast. And for everyone listening, if you have questions about travel, let us know. We would happily answer those questions. Share if you like this type of content between sisters. This is authentic. And I'm just recording normal conversations.
There's no script.
No, there really isn't.
She comes into my room and starts bothering me to do it.
I bring my little podcast recorder and she stares. She goes, no. And then she realizes, I don't think this girl's gonna leave until I do this. Let me just do this really quickly and then I'll just get her off my chest for another week.
Really quickly? It has been an hour.
Well, allegedly your cousin was coming.
Yeah, I think he se quedó mío.
Which is, if you don't know him, that's normal for him. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next podcast next week. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
Beautiful week. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't start. Bye.